Hello, in the previous video, we showed you how to make the walls of your house and how to hollow out the middle. And in this step, we're going to be adding this arched doorway. So let's show you how we do that. Let me zoom out, and I have an identical copy of the house right here. And you'll notice that this house is 30 wide by 40 deep, just like the footprint of this house, 30 wide by 40 deep. The only thing I don't have is the doorway. So doorways are typically 3 feet wide, and they wouldn't be any more than 7 feet tall. So that's going to be our plan. This particular doorway is going to be a combination of two shapes. It's going to be a box, and then above that, we're going to add this rounded roof. So let's go ahead and get started. This tool is one of my favorites. It puts the thing I'm working on right into my perspective. Now I'm going to drop this box shape onto the plane, and I want to change the dimensions because this is going to be the hole that's the bottom of my doorway. So tapping on the bottom right corner, we said it's going to be 3 feet. Let's make it 15 feet deep so that the hole, we can see it as it goes through. And let's make it 4 foot tall because we're going to have a 3 foot high arch on top of that. So this is going to be a hole, so I might as well get it started. Now I want to grab this rounded roof. That I want to resize to fit on top of this. So again, bottom right corner, 3 feet. I'm going to make it 15 feet deep. My height is now going to be 3 feet because the 4 foot here plus the 3 feet there is going to be 7 foot altogether. So now what we want to do is we want to bring this roof up on top of this box, right? Let me make this a hole so that, okay. Actually, I won't make it a hole yet so that we can see it a little bit better. So what I want to do is, now I could lift it, right? I could lift it like this, but what I'd rather do, and I mean, I certainly could lift it. Notice 1, 2, 3. We want it to be 3 feet off the ground, right? Because that's how tall this, 4 feet off the ground, because that's how tall this is. You could lift it manually. You can also use this plane and then, for some reason, nothing is happening. Oh, there it is. I tap on it and I find, where do I want my new plane to be? Well, I don't want it to be there. I don't want it to be the front. I want it to be the top. So you just place it where you want the plane to be. And then we're going to tap here and we're going to hit D, and D drops this structure onto what's going to be, this is like my new ground, okay? So now I can just move it over and it's going to fit on there, okay? The only thing I have to do is just align it now, right? I have to align it. Okay, so let's talk about how do we align these things. This is where we highlight both of them. And I'm actually going to go back to the actual ground. Okay, good. Now I highlight both of them and I use this align tool right here. What you want to do is you want to align it in the middle, right? So like that. And I think it's already aligned in the middle this way, but we can check. We can just double check. Yeah, it's already aligned in the middle. Okay. Oh, I could just make doubly sure. Yes, it's totally aligned in the middle. Now, what happens if I do it like this? All of a sudden, it aligned it vertically, so I don't want to do that. So I want to hit undo. And now my shape is perfectly the way I want it to be. This is going to be a hole. So I want to make this top thing into a hole. I want to group this together because this is going to be the hole that I use to bore through my front of my house here. All right, so now let's grab this. Let's put it here. And I want it to be right in the middle, right? So let's align it to make sure that it's in the middle. Yeah, I was a little bit off. And now that it's there, I'm just going to push it through. Now to push it through, I use my up, push the whole thing. I'm going to tap on this. I use my up arrow and it bores through like that. And once I group it, I will now have my doorway. Group. And there it is. So let's check that they look pretty closely related. You would agree that they are identical, right? Excellent.